motor lock is the foundation of every type of motor lock, which we will cover in this video. This is the motor lock on its own. It locks block halfway, but when two motors are locked together as shown on screen, it locks to one block, providing nothing is welding the motors together. So this is the MotorLock tower. It is 3 blocks across and 1 block in width. I just added the explosives to make an example that block can be put into other blocks using this method, and it's very good for detailing big builds and also little builds as well. And it's not that hard to build. I'll show you right now on screen. And another thing you can do to a MotorLock tower is have different things holding them together, because in every 3 sets you have to have something in the middle to hold them together. Personally, I use cylinders, but you can use techs, you can use trails, you can use wing panels, you can use quite a lot. Just so you know what I'm talking about, I'll demonstrate now on screen. Now this is my favorite type of motor locking, angle locking. Now this can give you so much potential in all your builds. You can give detail, really precise angles. So on some planes I make it so it's going all the way to the back. So instead of 1x4 wedges, it's a little bit longer, so it just looks a bit cleaner. You can use it on anything. You can use it on tanks, you can use it on turrets, you can use it on anything you make. I made a ship with AngleLock. You can do anything with AngleLock. The limits are endless. For every motor using an AngleLock, which actually angles it, the settings on it has to be powered and it has to be locked as well. You have to have both set, and the max torque to 1000, because that will just make life so much easier, so it doesn't glitch out. It's just easier. Yeah, back to the video. Now what we use next are disconnectors. This is because when you load it in, it doesn't immediately break the weld. Only breaks the weld when you press G, which disconnects them. So you can angle it before you disconnect it, so it will be in another block. Now PistonLock is a great method for getting precise angles in your build. It's not really angles, I mean it's kind of like the width between the 2 blocks, but it can get it very precise. So if you need to have your body of your plane, the shape a little bit further out, PistonLock could be good, or maybe make the wing panels a little further out so you can lift them at the back so they don't crash into the other wing panels, so it looks clean and sleek. You can use PistonLock on a lot of things. Use your imagination. It's not just to do with jets, anything in plane crazy. When you're doing the piston, it has to be locked and toggle, and then max force 2500. The distance you set it to is the distance it's going to be pushed. So make sure you get the right distance when you're doing it, so in your builds it looks clean, not messy. PistonLock is usually used to avoid collisions between 2 blocks. when they're moving. So on jets, when you're using the wing panels at the back, you need to use piston lock sometimes so it looks clean and it also functions really smooth and well. Now what I'm going to be going over now is very, very important when motor locking professionally. So all these 3 blocks I'm showing you right now, they weld together the motors, and then they break the weld between the motors so they go into one. This means you can effectively do things within your build before it's actually locked together. And there's 3 different types of breakers you can use. You can use explosive blocks, you can use springs, and you can use disconnectors. Usually disconnectors you use on the side, but I use them in a weird position here. And then I'm going to explain what welding is right now, because I did not tell you earlier. So welding is when blocks are like there. They can't move, they can't do anything, it's part of that build. But if something isn't welded, like you're using a motor without lock, when lock isn't used, it's not welded, it will glitch everywhere because it's not part of the build, if you kind of understand. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe. In the description there's a private server if you want to join it. I might get my Discord up and running, depends. And I'm going to upload the next series of these guides. Just leave your feedback down below, anything I can improve on. There's probably a lot I can still improve on, but this is just the early days of editing. So yeah, have a good day. I'm out.